Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am really excited to share 5 brand new air fryer recipes with you. I'm really sorry I haven't made one of these videos in such a long time because the kids have been off for the summer holidays. It's just been really hard to get all my filming in, but I really hope you enjoy these recipes and I would love to know if you give them a try at home. The air fryer that I have got does preheat. It's an Instant Brands air fryer and it's a massive 8.5 litre air fryer. So it's the perfect size for batch cooking or if you've got a family of kind of 4 and above. So all the timings that I'm going to give you will suit my air fryer, and like I said, it does preheat. So if the air fryer that you have doesn't preheat, or if it's slightly smaller, then you might just want to adjust the cooking times to suit. I really hope you enjoy these recipes, but with all of that said, let's just jump straight on into them. So here we're going to make some hot honey Filo Feta pastry bites. So what I've got is some Filo pastry. This is the hot honey that I have made before. I did put the recipe on my YouTube and Instagram, so I'll link it down below in the description box so you guys can see how it's made, but it's basically spicy honey. It's delicious. Then I've got some pistachios and I've also got some feta cheese. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to crush up my pistachios and then I'm going to lay out my Filo pastry and then slice the feta cheese into like thin slices, lay it in my Filo, put a generous amount of the hot honey on top, followed by the crushed pistachios, and then I'm just going to roll it up. I'll also just brush them with some milk and then slice them into small bite-sized pieces before popping them into my air fryer on 200 degrees centigrade for 8 minutes. When they come out, as you can see, the feta is lovely and gooey, and when you take a bite into them, you get the hot honey and pistachio little taste through your mouth as well, making these a delicious air fryer treat. So for this air fryer recipe, we're going to be making red onion and goat's cheese topped sweet potatoes with some walnuts on the top. So I've got sweet potato, I have got, this is goat's cheese, but it's the kind of firmer goat's cheese with the rind on it, but you can choose whatever goat's cheese you'd like. You could also use some blue cheese for this as well, absolutely delicious. I've got some red onion chutney, salt and pepper, olive oil, and then I've got some walnuts. I just had these left over from another recipe, so I'm going to use those up. So what I'm going to start off by doing is getting my sweet potatoes. I'm going to leave the skin on and I'm just going to top and tail them, and then I'm just going to slice them into kind of like 1/2 centimetre thick rounds. Once I've sliced those, I will then do the same with my goat's cheese and then top those on top of the sweet potato rounds, followed by some red onion chutney on the top and then some crushed walnuts. I'll then top this with salt and pepper and some extra virgin olive oil. Then you want to pop them into the air fryer on 200 degrees centigrade for 20 minutes. If your air fryer doesn't preheat, you might want to add another 2 to 3 minutes onto that cooking time. So just check them after 20 minutes, but add more if they need a little bit extra. As you can see, the goat's cheese has nicely melted, and when you take a bite, you get a delicious combination of the sweet from the sweet potato, but then the creamy from the goat's cheese, another little sweet hit from the chutney, and then the walnuts just taste delicious on there as well. A really, really good recipe that I highly recommend. All right, so what we're going to be making here are some Hassleback potatoes, but what I'm going to do, instead of using a whole potato like this, I'm going to slice them in half, and then I'm going to Hassleback each half of the potato, and then I'm going to, usually I would do it with some Parmesan cheese, but this mozzarella cheese mix is so good, so I'm going to use this instead. Then I'm going to make a yogurt and lemon dip to have with them once they come out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these new potatoes, halve them, and then using these little chopsticky type skewer things, I will lay each half of the potato in between the skewers and then cut down until my knife hits the skewer. That's going to make sure that you don't go all the way through the potato, and it's going to keep it together. Once you have done that, you want to line your air fryer with some parchment paper, and then you want to put a generous amount of your mozzarella cheese mix onto the the parchment paper before popping your potatoes flat side down onto the parchment paper. Once that's on there, you want to drizzle it with a generous amount of extra virgin olive oil so they go nice and crispy. And then you also want to put on some salt too. Then they are ready to go into your air fryer on 200 degrees centigrade for 25 minutes. Again, just check on them. If they need a little bit longer, you can put them a little bit longer. Obviously, it all depends how big your potatoes are to begin with. After the 25 minutes is up, they are then ready to serve with your dip. So my dip, like I said, is literally just yogurt, some squeezed lemon, as well as the zest. And yeah, they go really, really well together. A delicious little side for a meal, or they can be a little appetizer as well. So this is going to become air fryer granola. So what I've got here, I mean, you can add whatever you want in your granola, but this is just what I've got in my cupboard. So I've got some oats. I have got, what are these? So they're almonds, but they're like sliced almonds and a little bit of crushed almonds. Then I've also got some crushed pistachios, which I crushed for another recipe. I've got some pumpkin seeds and sunflower seeds, as you can see, not very many at all. Walnuts, cashew nuts, hazelnuts, raisins, and then I've got this agave nectar as well. But if you want to use maple syrup or honey, totally up to you. Like I said, you can add or remove whatever you would like in this recipe. Then to cook it in, I have got this, which is actually from an air fryer kit, and it fits perfectly into my air fryer. But you could put just a normal baking dish into your air fryer if you don't have this. So what I'm going to do is literally just put in, I'll put the quantities down below as I always do, but I'm just going to fill this whole thing right up to the top with all the different ingredients, and then I will just put this in the air fryer for 10 minutes. That's all it needs on 170 degrees centigrade, and then every kind of like 2 to 3 minutes I'll just pull it out, mix it around, pop it back in again, pull it out, mix it around, put it back in again, until it's nice and cooked through and it's got like it's a little bit browned. Once it's ready, you then just want to let it cool. I then pop it into something that I can store in my cupboard, and then whenever I want to eat some, I'll just take some out, put it into a bowl, and I'll serve it with some natural yogurt, and then maybe also a little drizzle of honey too. Okay, so this is going to become air fryer toad in the hole. So what I've got here is some sausages, and then I've got all the bits that I need to make my hole. I have got some milk, I've got some salt, plain flour. That's always what you need to use. It sounds weird, like you might think you need self-raising flour for your hole to rise, but you actually need to have plain flour for this recipe. And then I've also got some eggs and this little measuring sort of thing here. So what I do to first of all is I put the sausages into my air fryer. They're going to go in just for 10 minutes on 200 degrees centigrade, and that's going to get them nice and crispy and started off. While those are in the air fryer, I will start making up my batter. So I will do, in this little measuring jug thing, I'll do 4 eggs, and that, as you can see, takes it right up to the top of the measuring jug. Then I'll put the same quantities of milk and plain flour into the measuring jug too, add it to my KitchenAid along with a little grind of salt, and then just blitz that up. Once the 10 minutes is up for my sausages in the air fryer, I will then pour the batter over the sausages and put this back into the air fryer for another 10 minutes on 200 degrees centigrade. After that time, then your toad in the hole is ready. We like to serve ours with some peas on the side and then a generous amount of gravy poured all over it. So those are the 5 air fryer recipes I wanted to share with you. I really hope you enjoyed them and liked the look of them. Let me know, like I said before, if you try any of them at home. Thank you as always for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye guys.